Welcome to qnawire.
We can use the formula for the predicted value of y in a linear regression model. Y hat equals beta sub 0 plus beta sub 1 times x. Beta sub 0 is the intercept and beta sub 1 is the slope. And since the estimate of the slope is negative, we know that b sub 1 or beta sub 1 is less than 0. We also know that 81% of the variation in y is explained by x, which means that the coefficient of determination, or r squared, is 0.81. So if r squared is 0.81, then r is the square root of 0.81, which is 0.9. And we can then find the intercept of beta sub 0 as follows. Beta sub 0 is equal to y bar minus beta sub 1 times x bar, where y bar is the mean of y and x bar is the mean of x, and b sub 1 or beta sub 1 is the slope. And we're given that y bar is 250, the standard deviation of y is 50, and x is 2 standard deviations below the mean of x. And since the population standard deviation isn't known, we use the sample standard deviation as an estimate. And we can calculate the mean of x as follows. So this would be 2 standard deviations of x minus mu x over n. E of x is the expected value of x, sigma x is the population standard deviation of x, and mu x is the population mean of x. And n is the sample size, obviously. We're given that n is 300 and p is 0.4, so the population mean of x is n times p, so that's 0.4 times 25,000, which is 10,000. We can then solve for sigma as follows. It's the square root of e of x squared minus e of x squared, which is the square root of 2 times 2 sigma minus mu squared over n minus mu x squared. Substituting the values, we would get the square root of 2 times 2 sigma x minus 10,000 squared over 300 minus 10,000 squared. And this equation is difficult to solve analytically, so we can use an iterative model or method or numerical solver to find the value of sigma. We can start with a guess of sigma being 5,000 and repeat until we converge to a solution. After we do this several times, we get about 4,254. And now we can calculate x bar as 2 times 4254 minus 10,000 over 300, and that will calculate to negative 4.97. And so then we can calculate the intercept as y bar minus beta 1 times x bar, which would be 250 minus negative 0.9 times negative 4.97 times 50 over 4254. And that is about 250. And so rounding to 2 decimal places, or based on your choices, I would just pick 250.